a big you have a big cardboard for the
Oh, yes, I do.
family tree.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me just see if this shows that you have a video up now, just to see. I don't. No, I'm not showing anything, so it should be private. It's not
Yeah.
telling me that you need to have a video up.
No.
Before I had a little dot said you had a video prepared. Yeah, this is we had this pellet stove come, so I had this box. So I started making this list of all the bad guys.
For All for One.
Yeah, it's huge. No, that's not even the list of the people that are our friends. These are the bad people.
All right. So yeah, OneNote document. So I will flip through it at the same time.
Yeah, I
While
went through
figuring out who's who.
Yeah, I went through that a bunch today, and I had to figure out to myself, well, who was on what side when the building blew up, and who was.
Yes, and I have my book ready. Yeah, of course, not everyone we've ever met was there because it wouldn't have just made sense, and anyway, they didn't have to know each other. All of them didn't have to know each other. I didn't have to put Count von Dracul in there. It's okay.
Right.
He just don't have anything to do in there.
Exactly. But yeah, I went back and I read all of Anthony's notes on the Bouvet family and the Martel family, and I hadn't read those for a while. And it's twisted.
Yeah.
Takes a while to get all those people straight, but I think I have it all now.
Well, it took me a couple of reading to figure out what was there, and by reading all the stuff, that's where I realized that they could be related to they could associate themselves with each other to some extent. That's why I said, I made this adventure to wrap this up.
Right, exactly. Well, that's good because it was getting very complex. So
yeah, well, it makes the thing more simple to know that they are all working together. It's yeah. Well, some of them are against each other, but at least we're not dealing with the individual villains, and with all their lairs scattered around and all in turn waiting to do something.
Exactly. No, that was good. And you did us a favor and you killed a bunch of them too.
Yeah, it had to do some drama to it, yeah, I was about to kill Emile Martel in that blowout, but that is the plan of Dorosia. It depended, of course, of what you did, and yeah, it had some consequences, so it will be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, since I the introduction of Dorosia was to be something very brutal. Okay, she's a woman who really know what she wants. So, and something to okay, no one saw her face so far. That is something to be noted. So we don't really know who she is. So that is something to be noted here.
Yeah, no, that's what I know. She's a. I put her way up here because she's a wild card. She's the.
Yeah.
Everything else was. When I read Anthony's notes again a few more times, it really made sense how the Bouvets and the Martels were related, and you've got this anger demon. You read about that, the Gastrovenus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so he's an anger demon. So he's werewolves are anger demons. So he's got something going on. So he's got connections with, the Beauvais werewolf, and then even going back to the first adventure we had, Albert and Alderic, his father, those are werewolves that the Martells were using.
Yeah.
Back in adventure number 1, and then let's see, Charles, Martin's father, right here that we killed.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't kill him. I tried to kill him, but he almost killed me. He was in leagues with the werewolf, but also with Gerard Beauvais, who we didn't kill until Anthony's second session.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had sons. His son. Let's see, who did we kill? Germain. We killed him. But we didn't kill Rene, the goat Beauvais, who is now.
Yeah, he was okay. Just because it was a little overwhelming to run, he was at the meeting, but he didn't shine that all. And something,
right.
I think I made a mistake, but at the same time, I think it's an interesting mistake. There were 3 witches of the Crimson Worm, but they were acting as if their leader wasn't there. Don't know his real identity.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's a maybe, okay, to be, but I've made some sort of a mistake because René went with Dorosia, but he left the witch there, which were blown up. The 3 witches were kind of minions of the gang. I didn't use some of the named ones that are in the document.
Right.
If you want to know.
Yeah, no, I figured that out.
Okay. As for the Martells cultists, well, these were just figurants, from the first episode.
Yeah, I figured generic people. And then we've got let's see, we got Raymond and Grace, who I guess we wounded in Anthony's last session, who must have gone out with Dorosia.
Yeah, they went out. Yeah.
Right. But then we have let's see, we've got another wild card. We've got Marianne, the woman with the red hair. Nobody knows who the hell she is except Anthony.
Well, so far she died, but we don't know.
Right, we don't know. I don't trust her that she's dead.
Okay. As far as Julien, why did he appear in my session? Well, I don't remember where, but I read that he came back from the east of Europe.
Right, yeah.
So this is my guess, but from now I won't be the game master for the next few sessions, so it can be something else. But my guess is that he was working with Dorosia since a long time.
Right.
For some reasons that we don't know yet. He has a child that we don't know what it is. Okay, you figured out something, so you have a secret that you may reveal or not. But Dorosia is in league with him for some reason since a couple of times. But Dorosia worked differently. She came with the vengeance. She spied on Martin, probably just to watch his behavior, and used Margot. Since she used the relation he had with Margot as a bait and just to kind of torture him and show how cruel she is. But she's in league with Julien. But on what extent, I must admit I haven't figured that out. But I just felt that it would be convenient for them to work together, because Julien was quite alone in this old picture before that. Right.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I originally Julien was going to have some connections with the coven of Saint Henri, which he still might. We'll find out. We'll figure out, because
I think it would be easy to put out and to blow out God Live. Well, as I said in the conversations written, it's because Dorosia is richer and cooler. but yeah, well, God Live. I don't know. Well, I just put Godlive and blew her out, but without really knowing what she was in reality. So sorry if you had plans for
No,
her.
it's okay. It's okay. I can recover from that. That's not a big deal. She's it should be easy. That was entertaining, that moment, uh, for sure. But actually, I didn't realize just how Machiavellian Anthony had made the whole plot between the Bouvets and the Martels, and how much backstabbing there was in there until I read this document again today. I was like, wow, I haven't read this in a while. But it's not only duplicitous on the level of human versus human, like the Martels and the Bouvets, and them making deals with each other, but really backstabbing each other. But the fact that there's actual demons involved, like you've got this anger demon back here that the along with the Bouvets, the Gester, Phagus, or whatever, and he wants to ascend to power. But Anthony kind of mentioned in his part of the OneNote document that the Cardinal, who is not a cardinal at all, but another demon, he doesn't want. He doesn't want. So there's not only is there jockeying between humans, but there's jockeying between demons for control of Paris, or God knows what else they're trying to control.
Yeah, and the Cardinal is a demon that wants to spread chaos.
Right.
I must admit, I've read the entry of the Cardinal in All for One recently, just before the game I ran. And I must admit, I was a little upset. It's because, I have so much love for the Three Musketeers. And, in the Three Musketeers, of course, the Cardinal is human. It's just...
Right.
I was imagining just in All for One that he would have been a human working with the demons.
Right.
Because in his grasp for being the more powerful, that was what I was imagining. But seeing that he's actually a demon and the real Cardinal is just in prison, that's okay. I can live with that. But when I read it, it was some sort of a shock. It was kind of, oh, he's not my Cardinal. My beloved Cardinal. But
that's true.
But nevertheless, the guy is a pain in the ass for all Musketeers. So,
right. But yeah, I think I have everything straight now. For a minute, I was confused, but I think I know who's on what side now. Just a few more. I think at this point, it's really just a matter of figuring out like who's going to backstab who next.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was very well to introduce when I did the trigger of all that was the first idea I had for the Anthony Soul session was completely something else. Right. But when I began to read and analyze the background of his character, I said, no, I need to do something with that. My idea was to bring Martha Emil a little up front, but right. I don't know why, but I felt that I needed someone from Hungary. The way he described the Hungarian branch of the Martel family as being some sort of a dead one or abandoned branch of that, it was just for me a good way to introduce a character coming back from that and saying, you I am angry and I want to take the family back. What is written about that? I just want to check out just to see. Okay, it's an ancient noble line stemming from the Anjou region who rose to take the throne of Hungary, who many believe to be extinct. Yeah, so it's the many believed to be extinct that light me up in that to create a character coming from there. We have forgotten about what was happening in Hungary, and bringing Dorothea just brought out to the front that there was this part of the family and she wants to be a part of that. She wants to. Yeah, she's getting back from Hungary and she's angry.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like the fact that that's made things a lot more interesting. I mean, even Emil was just a guy I put in my episode because I wanted to just kind of just bait Anthony a little bit with a member of his family. I never expected him to become a really important person, but I just kind of left him out there, you know.
Yeah. I did. Did I use Emil in my Wendigo episode?
I don't think so.
Well, there was a cousin of in the first few minutes, in the first scene of my, but did I name them?
I think he was just nameless at that time.
Bro, it was probably because now I do imagine that it might be Emil.
Yeah, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That would make sense because we can have that much different cousins, and since we have a named one, and that took, he's still alive. So yeah, it brings a lot more interesting thing. Now Emil will take really part. Well, as the opening to take really part into the plot.
Right. And as far as I could tell from Anthony's session with me, the solo session.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I can find this here. I'm looking on the document too. I think Emil might even have been Armand de Bourbon might actually live at his house right now. I'm not sure if that's the cousin.
Yeah, well, that is
Armand was talking about.
Yeah, well, I felt that Armand was living in Emil's house.
Right. Which is very, that makes it very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but one of my favorite entries in the entire OneNote document, which I didn't see until today, was Briscoe's Conquests.
Oh, you. Yeah. Where it is? Cast, and it's in Cast. Yeah, well, I created that because the Conquête Romantique.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to add, these are nameless wedge,
right?
That Sébastien imposed me into is what if he would have broke my character.
Right. Not to mention Sophie, Therese.
Well, so we can take another big cardboard and make all the romantic conquest of my character with that.
I didn't have room on this to put this. I don't think I have a piece of cardboard big enough to put all that.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to want. He doesn't want to open. Okay, it's there. I want to open that. He doesn't want to open it. Okay, well, nevertheless.
Yeah, it gets finicky for sometimes. I've noticed that, but yeah. And then there's just an awful lot of what am I gonna say? There's an awful lot of Cardinals guards and some musketeers in there that I'm probably gonna try to tie back together. The people we've kind of introduced here and there in the episodes, but just kind of love to bring back.
Yeah.
At some point.
But I have to make, yeah, no, there's a lot. Okay, so Anne Bourdon, I made Anne Bourdon as a conquête romantique, but with what Sébastien has brought, I think I should remove her from that list.
Well, maybe he got to first base or something. You never know.
Yeah. So party organizer, I will just add a note saying modify.
Yeah, well, she threw him in jail.
Well, yes, party organizer. Yeah, never did something together.
Right.
Something together. Okay, it's done. Right.
Oh well.
It
was a try. Right.
So we have Julien plotting. Who else? Um. Okay. My question is that what part can I reveal or not? Because I can let you fill the hole the way you want it to, but at the same time, of course, if I and you everyone running the game, if they bring something, they have this whole structure around it to make it logical, but we don't reveal everything around it. But as you said, if another game master takes one of the NPC that were introduced, he will create another old background around the NPC to make it fit.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's up to you. I guess you could approach it a couple of different ways. You could say nothing, but not declare hands off, in which case it may not come back to you the way that you left it.
Yeah.
or you could reveal something, and kind of ensure whatever you felt was important enough. Or what's the other? I guess I don't know what the other one is. Or you could say, here, this character is just hands off. I'm not going to tell you what's up with the character, but don't do anything with her. Or if it's Darossia or whoever. I mean, you threw me a monkey wrench with Julien Lebeau and Godelieve Lussier, but I think it's just because I didn't put them. They were in my notes. My notes isn't locked. Like if you go to the little tab that says Ivan's notes, you can see what's going on with them. But
did I read that? I don't remember if I read them.
Yeah, well, it's not the big deal. They're the same person.
Okay, I'll just assume it's coming up.
Yeah, but that's okay. I can get around that. That's easy enough to. I've done this long enough to figure that out.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's long to open.
Okay.
I don't know. The one note is not very compliant.
No, it wasn't been compliant for me. But yeah, Godelieve and I think Anthony knew Godelieve and Julien Lebeau. They're an incubus / succubus, so they just changed their sex, became a different person.
Okay.
But that's okay. But Godelieve, that's okay. There could be another Godelieve. There can be a real, honest to God one. So that was easy enough to amend. It was entertaining for me, trust me, to see the character fight with themselves. But it made sense that he would have somebody he would have taken over some woman's identity and had her as a thrall. So it was entertaining, because I really didn't put, I didn't say hands off, which is fine. So I guess it's just a matter of like how important what your concept is for Darossia or whatever. I have my suspicions about her, but I don't know if any of them are true. So,
what can I say about her? Well, what can I say is that one of my goal was to maybe shake the things a little off. The way the last adventure was set up is that there were chances that you may have killed her in a way. Depending on what you have on the path you would have chosen and how things would have come together. Maybe you would have killed her, and it would have been her hand, and maybe the house will have never blow up. But at the same time, discovering that there was all that black powder in the basement would have just revealed the nature of that character, and it would have shaken everything and everyone. So how can I say it? So even if she would have died, I think something would have happened with all those NPCs. Okay,
right.
It was a move. It was a mover.
Yeah, I kind of like her being mysterious myself. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use her. This next session. There's so many different things I can look at.
Oh yeah, well the uh well on okay, I can say that I have an exact idea on where she's hiding, so but I won't tell. In case you have a better ID than mine.
That's fantastic.
If you have a better ID than me, you know, I will go by it. As for the grayish skinned guys, well, the tattoos. These are ritualistic tattoos. I think it has been mentioned. I have an idea why they have that skin color. If you ever have to use some of those soldiers of Dorosia, I think
Right.
you can create anything you want about that. I have an idea, but it can be so many other things.
Right. Yeah. No, I get you. I had a few different ideas myself, just a conjecture. So yeah, that left enough dangling threads, so you kind of got the idea of what they were without, you know. Okay, as long as that's I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but I figured I could probably make something up that makes sense.
Okay. Just to coming back to Good Live, I'm looking now. Right now, I am on your page that I've
Right.
never read.
Right.
Finally, I don't know
I
why. Ah, it's because when I was clicking on Seb's note, we can't read these,
right. Right.
and I figured out that I just never checked out yours because I just figured out that well, it probably will be the same or for some reasons, but.
I think right after my session, I posted in our Facebook page, and you could go read them if you wanted to. But
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
yeah, probably I saw it, but just forgot about that.
Yeah.
Succubus, can she die?
Oh yeah, they can die.
Okay, well, she died.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably not the one that you met the last episode. That's gonna be a different Gottlieb Lussier than the one that messed with you in her house.
Yeah.
But
Can that be possible? Can demons make okay? Though art and I didn't read enough about demons and All for One, but is the demon are sentient? You know, what you see is the demon, or is it a human with a demon inside?
it depends on the demon. Like a vampire, a werewolf, that's a human with a demon inside. But a succubus, that's an actual physical demon. And they or succubus or incubus, and they are shapeshifters.
Okay.
And so that's why.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah, any mortal form they can shape change. It's page 177.
Yeah,
They can
I'm
shape
going
change.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, they can shape change.
Right.
Okay, they survive. Okay, shape change. Incubus, succubus. Okay. Oh well, that could be interesting to see that.
No.
Was not
So-
really Godlive. She was there, but maybe she wasn't really there. But
well, yeah. I mean, I decided originally Gottlieb and Lucia and Julien LeBeau, they were the same person in my episode. She just had a male form and a female form.
yeah.
But I imagine that there's probably a real Gottlieb Lucia that the evil Julien LeBeau was keeping imprisoned, and probably took her out when it was convenient, when they were both had to be seen someplace.
Well, I think it was one of those places.
And you killed her. So now he has to make do with being the same person. He can never be in the same place with her again.
Depending with who.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was great.
Okay. Well, okay, that makes things very interesting.
Yeah, but his you have to be more worried about his child than anything else.
Yeah. So that's something that is quite open to you to develop, of course, because
Yeah.
you're the one who brought it. I don't. Maybe Anthony. I don't know if Anthony will go that way, but well, we'll see.
Right.
What else? What other questions do we have? Um, well, what happened to Alphonse will be dealt in our GM listing.
Right. I
Um,
was it
yeah.
was it cold in the Bastille without any clothes? That's what I want to know. Did they give you clothes, or did you have to be naked?
Oh, they probably brought me some sort of a a a robe, you kind of beige robe with the just to.
And did you have to share a cell with the man in iron the man in the iron mask? That's the very
Ah,
important question. With the real cardinal.
uh, could have been great, but no, I think they would have brought me into a special cell, but I don't know. I just haven't figured that out yet. I have to think of on what happened and this, yeah, in there. But I think it was just a way to give my character a lesson because I feel that Anne, well, the way Sebastien described her, wants
Yeah.
to play with my character. So what is good to the? It's no fun to play with someone who just get in the prison and never gets out.
Oh yeah, little cat and mouse. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's the way I feel it. And there's another, well, mystery that maybe Anthony will reveal all in good time, but is meeting with the cardinal.
Right.
So, and if it will be, well, it will be good to see if that can connect with everything that was brought or not.
Right. Exactly. Well, yeah. It looks very much like the cardinal had his hands in the Martel family all this time, and the Bouvet family. One can only wonder who the cardinal is actually rooting for. Yeah.
But
Looks
see,
like.
since he wants to spread chaos, I
Right.
think he must find it. Well, my feeling is that he must find it very funny to see Dorosia comes and
Right.
just burn the cards of everyone.
Yeah. Who was that count that she had him? We went to his house. Didn't she blow up his house,
Oh
or was that?
yeah, okay, Von Echo. Yeah, I can reveal who this might be. Well, he's an Hungarian baron.
Right.
If your character makes some research on him, he has no real connection with the Martel or anything. Maybe some commercial ones, and that might be logical since Dorothea is so rich.
Right. Okay.
Okay, something I can reveal about her character sheet. I've made the resource wealth. She's at 5. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
so maybe she had some commercial links with Von Echo. Um, if you make some research with her character, I can reveal that she simply bought the house, and the
Right.
Baron is just elsewhere. Probably with he probably maybe got back to Hungary. I haven't figured out what really happened to him. But Mr. Von Echo is just not in the house anymore. It was a property of the Russia, but still under the name of Von Echo. So the people won't suspect that some mysterious Martel member is the owner of the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Von
It sounded like he was a pawn, so he was just kind of a convenient guy to be used.
yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe some sort of a friend. Maybe, well, the way I picture that is that Von Echo, it was a friendly relation with Dorosia. I guess she could be nice with people she want to really deal with in that way. Okay, probably Von Echo don't know at all that well, probably won't, because he's a kind of a normal. How in Harry Potter? How do they call the humans? In French, it's called the Moldu.
Muggle.
Yeah, the Muggle. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maneko is a Muggle, and he doesn't know that that Dorothea
That's fantastic.
is an Nazgul.
Yeah, exactly. That's fantastic.
She's just there. Hey, I want to buy your house.
Yeah.
But it will still be on your name. Here's the money. Okay, you're okay with that? Okay, Von Echo just got out of the house, and it's yours now, madam.
It's funny. I got the PDF of Vampire the Masquerade, the 20th edition.
Yeah.
I never played Vampire. By the time Vampire came out, I was raising a family. You know, I didn't, you know, or just got married, you know, so I was busy. And so I never played it. And, you know, I know that, you know, back in the day, Anthony played a lot of that. And reading that and reading how you play that game, and then looking at all the stuff that Anthony wrote in the OneNote about the Bouvet and the Martells, I could tell that he has played Vampire the Masquerade before. A lot.
Yeah.
It's so I had to go back and read some of those things like 3 or 4 times. Like, they did what? He did, huh? Wait a minute, whose side is he on? Do they like each other or not like each other? I'm like, man.
Yeah, and that fits. That really fits into that setting, you know, that kind of a war, family war, and yeah. What else do we have to figure out? I'll read one note about what I've is that campaign? Yeah.
Let's see if I can bring it up.
No, not the Gygaxian character. Okay, it's the cast by episode.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
okay. Martel's cultist. Okay, yeah, I've made them. Louise Lafayette. Well, she has a plan, as Sebastien told us.
All right.
Yeah, Von Dracul. So he won't be, in my opinion, he doesn't have to do anything with that. You know, he may have. No. If we need we may need him, since we killed Alice von Barsov. So he might be angry at us.
Right. Well, we can always call upon Captain Dufoy.
Yeah, we need him back just to hear his name.
We do.
The solo session with Sebastien, there was that Madeleine de Bouvier,
she's
target of the Witch Covenant.
Right.
She was just maybe she may be back.
Right.
So I've made some witches come back from that session because I think they were interesting. It's just that outside of his solo session, you know, we kind of forgot about them.
Oh, I didn't forget about them. Those are. I had some ideas about those.
All right. As for Crows of the Windigo, yeah, you made back the 2 sisters.
Right.
And I don't know what you had in mind, but they had they had a message to Jean-Marie, which he just didn't want to hear about that. So
yeah, I just had them. I think they were in a convent. They put them in some convent, and they escaped. They just started to get really nervous about what was. It looked like the Cardinal was up to something. They didn't trust it. So, I mean, they could be a dead end. They could just be on the run at this point.
Yeah.
Or they could. I mean, I don't care if somebody brings them back and makes them, you know, show up.
You know, my idea about them is, after what you made, you know, the scene you have created for your session, is that they kind of, I don't know how to say it. They have it in their blood. So, you know, chasing. They want to chase monsters because that's what they kind of were doing.
Right.
Behind their sister front. Right. So it's kind of the way I felt that is that they wanted Jean-Marie to come with them because they felt that he was the same kind of monster hunter and they want to team up with him. But maybe or maybe not. But that was the feeling I had.
Yeah, no, that was kind of it. I mean, I would, I would love to see them come back, but they don't have to. I mean,
Yeah, and then well, yeah,
I think what made me fall in love with them was the fact that they beat the crap out of Philippe with a chair leg. One of them did, and I was like, man, that's the girl you marry right there.
um, okay, let's dance with the devil is yours. Good live. Okay, it's there.
Mm,
Nathanael is was uh well, Nathanael. Okay, yeah. Okay, okay, he's married with Jacqueline Devereaux. Okay,
right. Yeah,
so,
Isaac is another Cardinals guard. I'll probably bring back
okay.
because
So
he's
Francine, Julien, Emile there. Okay, Olivier Durand.
yeah, he's a guy writing in All for One. He is a member of a very powerful organization, and
So
he
we
was
can
good
can
friends with Emil too. Not just go to leave. So
right.
I have him on my list of wild cards.
Yeah. Okay, he's a good wild card.
Yeah.
Angelique. Okay, yeah, well, okay, I'll let you figure out. you, I will. I can. I make a promise. I won't ever use Angelique because
Oh
I
no,
don't know
no.
what you had in mind with her.
Yeah, she's that one's mine. That one's mine.
Yeah, she's yours. Blanche, yeah, Blanche that came to. All work, no play. So we have Armand de Bourbon
Yeah.
that we. Well, okay. Well, I think it's up to Anthony to make something with it.
Yeah, he's yeah. That one I'm kind of letting him stick with. But
As much.
he's a cousin. He's a cousin of Emil Martel and Martin. So he's another wild card. Although it seems like
Yeah.
he's kind of in Emil's grip.
Mm-hmm. Nemi Charmels, René Beauvais, so I think it's up to Anthony to find out what to do with it.
Yeah, I mean he is actually Rene. He's Rene the Goat Bouvet. It's the same person. If you read in Anthony's notes, he's the same guy.
Yeah, that's where I knew about it, but when I ran the session, like I said, the Crimson Worm witches, which are related to Nemi Charmels,
right?
They kind of ignored that this guy was with them because he got away with Dorosia, and they stayed there, and probably he knew that this house was about to blow up. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe it was a surprise. The only thing I can tell is that Julien knew about it.
Right. Yeah.
Julien, well, he got to the barn to take you captive, and he looked like someone who wasn't shocked by the fact that there was so many wine in the place.
Right.
So Julien and Dorosia, knew they were knowing what they're doing. All the others, well, it will be up to anyone who will take charge of those NPCs to know if they knew about it or not. Probably they didn't know. Yeah, well, yeah. I think it would be logical that they didn't know because it was a way for Dorosia to sort out who wants to follow her or not. So if the Beauvais would have said no, and they knew about the bomb, they wouldn't have stayed there.
That makes sense.
As for Rochefort, I'm a little puzzled on how Anthony wanted to use him.
Well, he had let's see, where was he put something in, I think it's the organizations maybe. It was really interesting. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe it's maybe not. No, that's not it. There's a really interesting thing he put down there about all that.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find out which one. It might be the Beauvais, or it might be the Martels. Let's see.
Okay.
Blah, blah,
I will
blah,
make
blah.
a Control F.
Oh, there you go. No, it's in Maison Beauvais.
It's Beauvais.
And yeah, and so it's in the part where it says after the overview, there's a recent past, and that's where it talks about the Bouvets are pretending to support Emile, but secretly working to cause him to lose support of the cardinal. They're pretending to be hunting Martin, but blah blah blah. Oh yeah, it says here. In addition, the four musketeers were goaded by Rochefort at the command of Richelieu to invest the connection between the Beauvais family and the werewolves. So it seems like Rochefort is being used. I mean, being used by Richelieu to kind of somehow, for some reason, the cardinal wants us to know part of what's going on. I think he just likes the chaos.
Yeah, I guess that, and you know, since the Beauvais had notes about us,
Right.
well, at least René.
Yeah.
And Rochefort, yeah, because Rochefort, from the book, you know, he was killed by D'Artagnan, but he came back from the dead.
Yeah, he's some kind of revenant. Like, you know, he's that's an interesting character, but he could kill us pretty easily, I think, if we fought him. It would take a few of us to do it. Anyway, so
okay, if I continue the cast, well,
I think we covered everybody.
Yeah, we covered everybody.
I mean, I have ideas about. I've made some Cardinals guards that I have some ideas about. But oh yeah, that was the thing I was thinking about. You know, before my session, I wanted to kind of figure out like, you know, we'll have to do our little role play session, but have to figure out like, at this point, how many people know that Eugene is a woman, and does she know that they know?
Okay. So far, it's Claude, Philippe, and Martin.
Right.
These are the one.
And
as far as my character, officially, he doesn't know. But at the same time, I must say that maybe it would be fun to turn that over and say that he knew from the start. And he just plays with that. I don't know how I will deal with it because it never came out, because my character is very dumb. You know, when I made a mention about the blood in Eugene's bed, but it was just woman's period drip, you know.
Right. But I have the to me, it's so entertaining that Briscoe is so perceptive, but he's so dumb about that one thing. It would make me sad if he knew.
Well, officially doesn't know. Okay, my character doesn't know about that. So yeah,
he's so self-absorbed. Like he doesn't see right underneath his own nose. I love that.
Well, at the same time, you know, my character is trying to date so much, you know, noble women that and a lackey is a lackey, you know, is someone from a lower rank. So what is the real life of your lackey doesn't matter much. He's a tool of your musketery, you know, your rank.
Right.
So it might be normal that my character just won't notice, because unfortunately may not have many interest in Eugene's feeling. He just wants him to serve him. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like Claude and Martin, which have a real relation of respect.
Right.
While my character, unfortunately, doesn't respect Eugene.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean,
part of my character.
Right. Exactly. And Philippe and Jacques, nobody noticed that either of them left. He was the seventh son. Nobody noticed the seventh child. And I think Jacques, they were said the lad that he, you know, the guy that was probably stealing all their wine and was drunk all the time. They didn't even notice he left. Okay, that's great. But they're kind of two misfits. There's not a lot of respect there. Just I think Jacques has no other place to go.
Yeah, it feels like that.
And Philippe has no hope of attracting any other lackey, so that's the best he's going to do.
Yeah. So that okay, that's another interesting thing. Yeah, well, it's because the last game, you know, it's a one shot and it had to end somewhere. But uh, yeah, I just let loose by the ending scene because I checked that out, and if I would have got by the rule, you would have
Right.
died. The
Oh yeah.
blow up, the house blowing up, you know,
Right.
the debris going over you, and I kind of forgot about Emil that was just not unconscious,
Right.
but somehow followed you. So we may have to figure out a reason for that NPC. So why did he followed without saying nothing? Because that's how it happened, just by the fact
Right.
that I forgot about him.
Right.
And also something I have thought afterward, but that I think that would have been very interesting when the house blew up. I could have just switched to the lackeys, introducing the scene there where they are in, you know, in
Right.
the cart, coming to the Von Echo, Claude figuring out that it was the place, hearing the house blow up, and us playing the lackeys coming to the
Right.
rescue.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, yeah. Oh, it's okay. That was a great session. All but I had to laugh. I didn't think of it at the time, and we stopped the session. And it was a day later. I realized every time Francois runs the game, we almost all die. It's fantastic. I like it.
well, that game I haven't pulled any, you know, security nets under
Right.
you. You
Yeah.
know, there was I just created the different scenes and the different places, and then I must admit, I had even more places that could have visited that you
Right. I'm
have
sure.
never thought of, and that's okay. But there was many other strange places that you would have found out something. But
Right.
since you didn't get there, I just toss that. I'm tossing that away, and I'll see what you and Anthony will do with that.
Right. That is definitely interesting. I haven't done it. Haven't done it there where I've just handed everything over to the next game master. So that's pretty interesting to see what happens with that.
Well, so far, if I look at all the thing that I have created, I think the only thing that might that I would like to keep, but if you have like I said, if someone else has a very good idea about that, is just where is Dorosia for real?
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna leave that alone. She's an interesting enough character. I kind of want to find out myself. Um, you know.
Because I have good ideas, but yeah, I don't want to claim that my ideas are
Right.
the top ones.
No, I'm sure we'll find out. Sure we'll find out what happens.
Okay. Right.
Well,
So what else?
I think
I think
we
we
covered just about
round this
everything.
up.
Yeah. Well, I'm
So
glad I took the time to actually write this all out because it took me a while to figure out what the hell was going on.
that is good work because I just eyeballed the stuff, and you know, and I eyeballed the stuff and I stumbled. I made some mistakes with what the characters are, but it just the way it was played just opened up possibilities.
Oh, absolutely. I like that. It was really entertaining to see them all just kind of show up in the same spot. All the mice that I let go, or all that we all let go, all got back under the same roof.
Yeah, just because of an angry Hungarian
Yeah.
heiress.
Right. That was not the thing I wanted to wake up to as I was falling in and out of consciousness with a gun wound. You know.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Uh, you know, when I was thinking about different possibilities about that famous scene of the house blowing up, you know, I figured out that maybe you would have found a way to spy on the meeting, or
Right.
you know, or just get around the house and see what's going on, or yeah, but just to have you captured, I just wasn't prepared for that, and it was
Now that
just
was something right out of a comic book where we're tied up and the villains are monologuing. You know?
Yeah.
Or like a James Bond movie where they're gonna explain what's going on before they kill us.
And they were about to do that. And
I
you know,
know it.
the dices and the good IDs, and you know, it just felt like the novel. I have to take it in my hand.
Yeah.
Les Trois Mousquetaires, Alexandre
Yeah.
Dumas.
Yeah.
The villains monologuing, they do that in the novel.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that was
And
great. That was great. Well, we're sitting there pretty much helpless, and they're monologuing.
and
That was
also,
fantastic.
and at some point, I knew that you would witness the guy with the flame
Right.
running in the basement. That's something that I really wanted at some point for you to see, if
Right.
it was logical for you to see. And since Philip, you know, couldn't really take part of that
Yeah.
conversation,
Right.
and there were windows, so I think it
Well,
was just easy for me to describe that.
that was fantastic. Just as I you know I saw that, and then all I'm thinking of as Philippe is back to the conversation with Monsieur Tv when he said, "Do not burn any houses down," because Philippe is thinking, "Oh my God, we're gonna get blamed for this too," which we are. I'm sure we're gonna get blamed for another house. This one
The
blew up.
third one.
How can we top that? Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mr. Letrevi will have to work hard on that.
yeah.
What about, well, there were some interrogations also. The guy that you chased down in the streets
Right.
after he put the bomb was to be interrogated. So what, yeah, what can he reveal? Okay, I said that I can share. Well, he was paid for that.
Right.
Okay, the grayish color and all that. The guy was really, really afraid of Benedek, the one you took the sword from. So his name is
Right.
Benedek. Benedek never slept, was never sleeping, and was never eating.
Right.
That's all he knew. He was totally afraid of that guy because of that. Maybe it comes with the skin color.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, that's something I can reveal since he was captured, and I can. Okay, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Right. So we'll figure out a way to meet ourselves and make that session. So some more revelations will be made by my character,
Okay.
but by
Yeah,
his own voices.
that should be fun. But yeah, and then I've got that'll I think I got a bunch of ideas, so hopefully I'll be able to put something together pretty fast. That
Right.
should be fun.
Yeah. So thanks. I will share the link in the group, so Anthony will watch this.
Right on, right on. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I got a bunch of stuff to do. I gotta read up on the Veil. I have to play a little solo session with Same Old G tomorrow, and hopefully Anthony and I get to play Sunday. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. That should be fun. Different kind of game for sure. But
the Veil, you said?
Yeah, it's a Powered by the Apocalypse cyberpunk.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
It's very belief based. You have to have beliefs. They have to be challenged all the time.
Okay.
And then you don't have physical attributes or mental attributes. You have emotional states. So depending on what emotional state your character is in, they have pluses or minuses. It's interesting.
Yeah, quite interesting approach.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Should be fun. All righty.
All right.
Thanks for talking.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.